Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. It's me, Tessie. Happy New Year, even if it's we're in March, but Happy New Year this time because you guys haven't seen me talk this year. I think last year, I don't know how many times I actually uploaded sit down video last year, but all good. Thank you guys for clicking on this video. Thank you for watching, and for my old subscribers, you guys are amazing for waiting for me all this while. For those that message me, I really appreciate you guys. Life has been busy, but we thank God for. I hope everyone is doing amazing, and yeah. So finally I'm here. I want to warn you guys first because I really don't know how to vlog anymore. Like, I don't really know how to vlog anymore. I don't know how to do sit down video anymore. You guys can imagine how many videos I've deleted. Like, I've made videos and I've deleted all of that video because it's just not good enough anymore. But I said, without me, we don't learn without making mistakes. So we learn by from our mistakes. So, or by our mistake, so bear with me, okay? Okay. I'm going to upload this, whether good or bad. I will upload it like that. For those of you that don't know, I'm a Nigerian, born and brought up, living in Italy, married to Italian man. So I based in Italy, but I'm in Nigeria, full-born Igbo girl. Igbo. Okay. So to be alive, I'm so proud. No matter what is going on in Nigeria right now, no matter the ringing of presidential election, I'm super proud of my fellow Nigerian youth. I am super proud of them. My candidate is P2B. I support P2B not only because he's an Igbo man, but I think for the people that came out of presidential election this year, 2023, I think he is one of the best. He is one of the best for the candidate for president of Nigeria. So this is one of the reasons why I support him. I don't support him because he's an Igbo man. I know a lot of people say, no, shut up, it's because he's an Igbo man. No, it's because he is one of the best to contest for this election. So my candidate is P2B. P2B is the one I'm rooting for. However, Tinubu is the one. It's not yet fully because they've never done inauguration, but he is the one that I may call that he is the winner of the election, which no everyone is disagreeing with that. Everyone, including me. Yes, including me. We all disagree with that because INEC didn't do the right thing. INEC didn't follow their own rules. However, if Tinubu has to be the winner of this election, that wouldn't be a problem. But the thing is that he has to win this election the right way. I don't care who sits on that, who Nigeria decided that is going to be their president. The important thing here is the whole ringing of election has been going on since 1960 in Nigeria. Since Nigeria gained their independence, this whole ringing of election has been going on. If Tinubu win the election with the whole Nigerian voice, that is okay. But ringing election is something else. I think we as Nigerians have come to that, we've come to that end road that enough is enough. And this is why I am super proud of Nigerian youth for coming out with their voices saying enough is enough. Seeing Nigerian youth entering into politics to make their country better, because these youth are the people that is putting Nigeria on a map. Like, they are putting Nigeria on a map. They are doing everything they can. If you go around the world, American, UK, Canadian and others, Nigerians are one of the best doctors, one of the best lawyers, one of the best engineers, one of the best software developers. But in Nigeria, it's like we are nothing. It's like we are nothing in our own country. Meanwhile, in Western, Nigerians are hitting it. Nigerians are making it in the Western. But governments, because of their mentality, because governments, a lot of them go into the seat for their own pocket. They don't care about the masses. So the masses that had the opportunity to go out, they go out of the Western world to develop themselves, to use their skill, because their skill is not appreciated in their home. So I am super proud that the youths are saying enough is enough, holding these politicians accountable. Because I know if it was before all this whole going to court and Nigerians routine that want to see INEC and everything, it wouldn't have happened. They would have already fixed a date for inauguration and everything. All this whole thing wouldn't have happened. What am I saying? I'm saying that even if if Nigeria decide that Tinubu is their president, that is okay, but that should be done the right way. You don't have to force a president. Nigeria they've been forcing president on Nigerians since Nigeria gained their independence. When is it going to be enough? So it's not a tribal stuff here, but I'm so proud that Nigerians is going to the same direction. But that brings me to this. I know most of you will come for me. Like last night when I go back for school and I was lying in the bed, I was watching some videos and on TikTok and everything, I've been seeing a lot of videos going on. I was like, it didn't just click my mind. Nigeria is the giant of Africa. That is what they name us. We are giant of Africa. I was like, Nigeria is giant of Africa. Are you sure that this is not the coming of the kingdom that they are talking about? That we all know that coming of the kingdom, that the kingdom is coming soon, because Nigeria, you just suddenly wake up and said enough is enough, trying to take back their country, trying to fix their country. Are you sure this is not the kingdom, the coming of the kingdom, guys? Are you sure? Because I'm pretty convinced that I love what I'm seeing. I love it. Are you sure Nigeria taking back their country from the West and from the hand of the corrupt politicians, trying to fix Nigeria to make the Nigeria real, the giant of Africa? Are you sure that is not what is coming of the kingdom? I'm not trying to go the religious way. I'm just trying to go my own way, okay? I think that is the coming of the kingdom, because if Nigeria is fixed, trust me, other African countries are going to follow. Trust me, because other African countries are looking up to Nigeria. Nigeria is really, really the giant of Africa, and I'm super proud of my fellow Nigerian youth living in Nigeria, that is fighting for this, that is fighting for this, that is not scared to, to speak, that is not scared to act. I'm so proud of you guys. If you're watching this from Nigeria and you're a Nigerian, you're trying to fix democracy in Nigeria, let God Almighty continue to protect you all. I am so super proud of you. I am super, super proud of you guys. That takes me to the races that I wanted to talk about. Races in Italy and in Nigeria, tribalism in Nigeria. What is even racism? What is different between races and tribalism? I think they are both the same thing. Here, because of this political agenda, political benefit and everything, they're trying to use tribalism to enter into the politics. Because Nigerians used to have woken up, Nigerians are awake, so they're trying to use tribalism to convince others that don't vote P2B because P2B is Igbo. Yoruba people is telling Igbo people to go. They're calling Igbo people Nyamiri without even knowing what Nyamiri is. Nyamiri is Hausa word, and Yoruba now is inheriting Hausa, not all Yoruba, because all Yoruba is not ignorant. I'm talking about those streets that are ignorant, that is trying to put tribalism into politics. But when we look at it, if you're living in America, you complain about racism in America. You live in Italy, you complain about racism in Italy and Europe and other country, other parts of the world. You complain that you are a black and you are encountering racism. But in your own country, you're fighting your own brothers, you're fighting your own sister. Now, what does that mean? We are all Nigerians. Igbo, Hausa, Yoruba. We are all Nigerians. So what do you even think that they are doing? And you that is in abroad, that have encountered racism once in a while, that is supporting the people back home with backing them up with all of this whole Igbo people must go, Yoruba people must go, Igbo, Yoruba land, Hausa land. Hello, you living abroad, because I see people that is living in abroad that are into this whole thing, that most of them are the one that is even carrying this tribalism on their head. I was like, and you are here on the internet when a white man, when a Western told you, when you come and encounter with those racists here in Europe or in America or wherever you are, you complain, you lament that racism still exists, Black Lives Matters and the rest of it. But in your own country, you are supporting the ignorance to promote tribalism. Tribalism is no different from racism. Tribalism is not different. So why do we have to let politicians use our head trying to shift your focus for fighting of real democracy? They are shifting you from fighting for democracy, real democracy in Nigeria, into tribalism, and you are there carrying it on your head. We are all Nigerians. Igbo, Hausa, Yoruba, other ethnics in Nigeria, we are all Nigerians. If we're not Nigerians, let the Nigerian divide. Let Igbos go then. If we are not Nigerians, I'm not saying that we should divide. We should go ourselves. As long whether you are Igbo, Hausa, or Yoruba, or Efik and all that, Benin, anywhere we are on. As long as we all carry that green passport, we are all Nigerians. So why do we have to fight ourselves in our own country, then come out again and still fight ourselves in the Western, and still, you know, fight Western for talking for calling us so what am I saying? Let's not use politics to divide ourselves. Let's not use politics to divide ourselves in Nigeria. Let's think about the future. Let's think about the way forward, not only for ourselves but for our children. For our children, if our own parents didn't get this done, for the strength of the Nigerian youth that I'm seeing right now, I know if we unite together, we can fight this. We can take over our country, because this country, our countries are controlled by the Westerns, guys. If you don't know it, this is why they always put in people that only have their own pocket interest and not the interest of the citizens of Nigerians. They fix them there because because they know that those people that are our government, our president, they are only interested in their pocket, not in the interest of the citizen. And they're using tribalism to divide us. They're using tribalism to shift us from the main focus. Let's keep that focus going, guys. Please, I beg of you. We are one. We speak different languages, but we are one. We are one. And together we will win this fight. Together we will make Nigeria the real giant of Africa. We will bring back that giant of Africa. So brings me to Italy here. So there was this volleyball girl, Ogeshuku Paola. Her parents is in Nigeria because she's Italian. She was born and brought up here, and she's an Italian citizen. So I will not call her. She's a Nigerian, Afro-Italian. Okay. So there was a music festival that they did here in Italy, and they allow her. They give her the audience to talk about her experience, because they showed her enough. You know, on the internet they talked about her. They talk about her physical. She've had a lot of racism. She've encountered a lot of racism here in Italy. So she was talking about it, and she said that Italian è paese razzista, ma non è tutti. But Italians speak only that part that she said. Italia è paese razzista. Of course, is how she's trying to express herself, because she's encountered so many racism here in Italy, being an Italian. Even most of them are even asking her to go back. Where would she go? She was born and brought up here. So where do you want her to go? She's a citizen like you. So most of them are asking her to go back to her country. I know that is an ignorant thing to do, just like what Yoruba, the Lagos are saying, go back to Igbo land because you are not Yoruba. That is exactly the same thing that is going on with Paula here, that they're asking her to go back to her country. Meanwhile, she was born and brought up here. She's Italian citizen, and most of those ignorant Italians are asking her to go back to her country. Imagine that stupidity. That is what is going on in Lagos right now. So I wanted to talk about it because you know, express my own have encountered. I can't stand here and start picking one and after racism. Italian is not let's put it this way, because I cannot say all Yorubas are bad. I'm using Yorubas and Igbo as an example in Nigeria because you guys can relate very well. I'm not going to come out on camera and say that all Yorubas are tribal, you know, are hating Igbo, or they hate Igbos. That is not true. If I say that, that means I'm lying even to myself. So in Italy here, of course, guys, you will encounter, there's still a lot of racism going on in Italy because they are not well educated. They are not well informed about Africa. So what am I trying to say? Racism exists in Italy. It do exist a lot. Like, a lot of them are not informed about Africa. Because me being in the midst of Italian for this almost 2 years now that I started school, started this beauty school in Italy, that gives me the privilege to stay only in the midst of Italy for almost a full day. Because in the morning when I drop my kids at school, I will go to where I was doing my beauty training. I stay there for most of the days. I stay there for 5 hours, then come back, pick my kids up, bring them home, and go to school where I stay another 5 hours. So almost 10 hours of my day, like when I was still doing my training, is I stayed there in the midst of Italian. Do you know that Italians still believe that Teresa, just for example, Teresa is Italian name? A lot of them have come to me, but your name is Teresa. I said it. They say, is it a translated name? Is it a translation to your original name? I said, no. My name is Teresa. Teresa is my name, registered document. I have my own language name, which is Ijoma. They were like, no, Teresa is not a Teresa is not a Nigerian name. Teresa is an Italian name. I was like, no, Teresa is a Christian. I'm a Christian. So everyone, as long as you're a Christian or even non-Christian, if you like the name Teresa, you are free to bear that name. So my parents gave me Teresa. I was not born in Italy because most of them, when the argument keep going, I've seen a lot of them ask me, but were you born and raised in Italy? I was like, no, I was born and raised in Nigeria. I'm in Nigeria. We're like, no, it can't be. How can you answer Teresa, if you're living in Nigeria? I said, because Christianity do exist in Nigeria. Nigeria is not only a Muslim country. Nigeria is divided. There are part Muslim and there are other part that is Christian. So Nigeria, Teresa is not an Italian name. Teresa is international name. They fail to believe it. In fact, one of them, I've come encounter with people that not one, not two, not three. I've lost count of them arguing with me about my own name. This is because they are not informed. This is because they only know about their own country, which is here in Italy. Most of them haven't even moved out of Italy. Most of them, let's say most of them haven't moved out of Europe, and the only thing they learn about history, about geography, is geography, their continent, which is Europe, and their country, which is Italian. They only learn about other countries by the TV, and the TV has been televising what is wrong about us, Africa, about a lot of African countries. Because can you imagine a child, a baby of a girl of 5 years old, 6 years old, telling me that African is poor, that they don't have food? I was like, the mother is there. The mother was there where she was there. The mother said, no, you don't say that to people. She said, but she saw on TV, the advert they are putting on TV, she saw that there are a lot of kids are sick, a lot of kids don't have food to eat, that they're asking people to donate money. I'm talking about Italian girl. This is 60. If I didn't know the mother of this girl or the father of this girl, I would be like, oh, the parents are teaching her otherwise. But I know the parents. So it's what the TV is televising to them. So they are learning from the TV. This is all they know about Africans. So they think that all Africans are poor, especially Nigerians. Maybe because of the immigrants that are coming from Nigerians and they don't get work, most of them beg on the streets. The girls do what they will have to do on the streets and all that. They assume that all Nigerians are the same. Nigerians are poor. Not until one of them, in fact, one of the ladies that usually come to the beauty salon, I don't know if I've said that on my channel here, she told me, when the first time she came, she met me that was last year when I started this beauty school, when I started the beauty training. So she asked me where I come from. I said I'm a Nigerian, and then she was like, Nigeria, where is Nigeria? You don't even know where to find Nigeria. This is where they misunderstood, like they replaced Niger to Nigeria. Most of them still think that Niger is Nigeria. Niger and Nigeria, they are the same country. This is how bad it is. So you want to tell me that people that are not informed, of course they will use, because of the TV, what they are showing on TV, what their government is doing, their government taking, of course, they said it's out of their government control because it's in European Union law that you have to take the immigrant that cross the Mediterranean Sea. I understand. So they're using Italy that they don't have job. So part of the immigrant, because it's not even only, I don't know why they fix on Nigeria. I guess it is because of what the past, the past generation of Africans did here in Italy. They're using it to stereotype every black person here in Italy. Do you know how many of them that come to me and ask me, like, where are you from? When I told them that I'm in Nigeria, they told me that you don't look Nigeria. How do Nigeria look? You guys, because you guys haven't seen the real Nigerians. This is why you guys keep telling me. This is why they keep telling me that I don't look Nigerian. I'm like, well, how do Nigerian look? Most of them think think I'm a Cuban, or I'm South American, or I'm a Brazil. But when I speak English, they were like, oh no, Brazil, they don't speak English. Brazil speaks Portuguese, Portuguese, and what is it called? Cuban speaks Spanish, and South American speaks American, and I don't have American accent either. So they are surprised to hear that Nigerians speaks English. They are surprised to see Nigerians that don't look like the way they stereotype us, because they have this kind of stereotype on their head. When they see that they've already programmed that stereotype on their head that someone good-looking person cannot be a Nigerian living in Italy, because I don't know the kind of Nigeria they have been saying. So this whole thing is crazy. So if you don't understand, if you don't understand their mentality, most of the time you think that it's racist, but it's because of their ignorance. Races exist in Italy because of their ignorance, guys. It's not because they were born. Of course, most of the time they were born with it. Most of the time they are just wicked. Most of them are just wicked. But I cannot come here and tell you that all Italians are wicked, because I have encountered very, very good. My Italian families are very good people, and I have amazing friends here in Italy. So I cannot come here and say that all Italians are racist. That is a lie. That is completely lie. That is which the same way I would say that all Yorubas are not tribalism. There's a lot of intelligent Yorubas in Nigeria, while the Yorubas and the Igbos are fighting right now about tribalism. So there is a lot of intelligent Yorubas right now. Even like a lot of a lot of Italian men are getting married with black women. A lot of black women. I know sometimes marriage don't work. I know sometimes because it happens even in our own culture. Sometimes marriage fall out. A lot of time marriage fall out between black and black, between white and black. It's the reality of life. So you cannot use because you have a bad marriage you have a bad relationship with someone else and you stereotype all. Because we do stereotype Italians as well, just like the way they stereotype us and have this mentality that Nigerians are poor. Nigeria is not poor. Nigerians is one of that. I like when they talk to me like you don't look Nigerian. I say you've never met the real Nigerians, because when you start meeting the real Nigerians, you stereotype about Nigerians with shame, because you're using stereotype about Nigerians that are living in the camp, immigrant camp, or the ones that are the community is helping, and the one that is coming via Mediterranean Sea to stereotype Nigeria. But these are not real Nigerians. Of course they are Nigerians, but if you want to see real Nigeria, you need to travel to Nigeria to see the real Nigerians, because the TV will tell you all that they want to tell you. They will say Africans in general, because most of these things that they advertise, that our politics led them to come and use camera and snap kids picture and put them on TV, that they are doing what is it called, they have this association that help kids in Africa and all that. They are using it to make money for their own self and putting us in the map that we are poor, that we are this. So most of these people that don't have even any basic level of education here in Italy, most of them, I'm not talking about all Italians, because Italians are very intelligent and very smart people as well. But most of them that are very ignorant, that haven't even gone out of Europe, would think that what they are seeing on the TV is the real reality, or what they are seeing at the Mediterranean Sea is the real reality, or what they are seeing in immigrant camp is the real reality of Africans or Nigeria. So in Italy, racism exists, but not all Italians are not racist. Italians are very hospitable. Like when you meet the real Italians, they are very welcoming, they are very loving, they are very kind. This is my own experience. Have I encountered racism in Italy? Yes, I have, but it's not as much as I've encountered love from Italians. I have encountered a lot of love in Italy here. So I cannot come here and tell you that all Italians are racist, or Italian is a racist country, because that is a lie. That is, if I say that, that means I'm lying to myself. It exists out of the ignorance of those old people. That's I won't even go into those old people. If any old person now come and tell me something that I don't like about my skin, I will completely ignore them. What I'm trying to say is that racism do exist. You guys that lives in Italy, black, Nigerian, African, of it to be angry. Of course, I know sometimes I'm really upset, because most of the time they do this for you to fight, and they do this to upset you. So if you're living in Italy, I will advise you. I know it's very hurtful, I know it's painful, we want to fight, like we really want to fight when that happens, but I'm telling you not to fight, because these people, a lot of Italians, like a lot of percent of Italians don't know about Africa. They don't know anything about Africa. The only African they know is the Africa they see on TVs. They haven't traveled out of their continent. Like I'm talking about Europe. They haven't traveled out of Europe. This is their life. This is where they live. So we need to educate them more about Africa. Just like I love this particular girl on TikTok, Nigerian girl on TikTok, that responds sarcasm, the way she responds to this Western about African or about Nigerians, I love it so much. And there's another model that is doing the same thing, the way that she responds to them. You don't need to fight them. They need education, so we need to educate them about our country, about our origin, about our inheritance, about who we are. Because they throw this shade of racism at you, you become angry, they win. Guys, they will win, because you will go back very angry, upset, or you will try to fight them, or you will push to fight them. I'm telling you not to fight them. Just let it go. if you can't educate them immediately, because that is what I've been doing for this almost 2 years that I've been in their midst, going to school and going to my aesthetics training. I have met a lot of them, and I know how to deal with them now. At first, I was upset. I was like, why are you upset about these people? These people are ignorant. All they need is an education. You need to educate these people about your country. You need to tell them where your country is in the map. I'm telling you today, don't bow to that their racist talk. I know it's educate them using, there is a way you educate people. They will end up being embarrassed for themselves. This is how I deal with them. Whenever I meet them, this is how I deal with them. Okay, so you educate them in the way that they will turn and they will be embarrassed of their own self. They will be very ashamed of themselves. You don't give them that room of being angry, because when you become angry, when you become upset, they will be happy. There's a lot of people that eat from people's when people are down. There's a lot of people that eat from that. There's a lot of people that derive joy seeing other people down, seeing other people angry, see other people feeling bad for themselves. There's a lot of people that derive joy from all of that, like doing all of that. So don't give them that room of being upset or being angry or trying to destroy anything or trying to fight them and all that. Educate them in the way that they will look back when they listen to you speak. They will look back and they will be ashamed of their own self. They will be embarrassed for themselves. They will never ever try to speak to Africans like that again. So I hope this video makes sense. I don't know, I just come on camera, I start blabbing, I start talking, saying everything that is on my head. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope to be back again, and I hope to upload video more. And I will say, if you are let me say, if you have any content for me, please let me know at the comment section below. I will try to be here. I will try to make it for you guys. Okay, I will try my best. I don't know, let's see what happens. Okay, I still have last year's summer vlog on my camera that I haven't uploaded yet, so you guys can't imagine that. So thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you think. Let me know how you've encountered it. I will also talk about the kids, the mothers, and because my son is going to primary school right now, so I've also encountered some parents. So I will make a video about that, and I will make a video about advice for those of you living in Italy, and my experience. I will use my experience to give you guys advice on things to do and things not to do, things to do to stand out in the midst of these people, because most of them are really ignorant. I'm not talking about all, I'm saying majority of them are really ignorant. They are not racist, but they are very ignorant people. So thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in my next one. God bless you. Bye.